Kathmandu Valley in narrow alleyways of Bodhanath, the Tibetan Buddhist quarter. We're going up into the mountains outside the valley to a place called Pharping. And this was absolutely the most critical point in Guru Padmasambhava, the Lotus-born master's life, because here he came searching for the Dakini, Shakyadevi, who was wild yogini, staying here and practicing the Vajrayogini practices. As this was a very important Vajrayogini center, a Shakti worship center. And the Lotus-born master came here because he knew he needed that wild and unlimited energy to deconstruct everything and to be able to be in a total state of emptiness to achieve full enlightenment. And we're on our way to two locations, the Asura cave, where he tamed the demons, and Yangle Shou, where he achieved enlightenment. On the way up the mountain to Pharping, we come to a lake, which is considered the Lake of the Black Naga. Now, according to the story, this was where the Naga was actually disturbing the people in the local villages. And what the Naga did is said that, he intervened with the weather conditions and there was drought.
This is called Taudaha.
So it was Guru Rinpoche's task to tame the Naga and to bring about rain. And this he used the Kilaya practice to achieve it. Now, to this very day, local people come to this lake and continue to worship the Black Naga, as we have come here today to do so as well. The Naga realm is coexistent with our world, and it's actually an energy field that involves the elements of water and earth. And of course, when these elements are intruded upon and hurt, the Nagas will react and respond. And we have, of course, droughts, floods, earthquakes. All of these effects are because the Naga's space has been intruded upon, which means that if we want the natural forces to protect us, we have to protect them first. In fact, when we think about the Nagas, we're looking at something that's very scientific. In the spiritual sense, they are a realm which is absolutely parallel to us. And that realm actually is this force of kinetic energies that are connected to weather conditions and also connected to our own existence. And even the chromosome factor itself may very well be connected to the Naga energy field. An important historical event was during the Great Depression. William Reich, who was actually Freud's best disciple, had gone off on his own concepts and development of something he called orgazone energy, using asexual energy, which was actually a force to change weather conditions. And using copper rods, he was able to actually bring about rain when there was drought. And in many ways, what he was achieving was the same thing that Guru Padmasambhava was achieving in the 8th century. And so there's something about the kinetics of sexual energy, electromagnetic fields, copper rods that can actually connect with the universal realms, and the ability to change conditions and even the weather. Actually, it's all about adjusting the energy field and resetting the algorithm of karma. So here in Pharping, between the two important caves, the Asura cave, where the Guru Padmasambhava tamed the demons or the Nagas using the Vajrakilaya practice, and the Yangle Shou cave below, which is where he achieved full enlightenment with his consort, Shakyadevi. In the center is the most important Vajrayogini temple in the entire Kathmandu Valley. And this place was a center of Shakti worship, which is why Shakyadevi came here. But what's very important is this is the site where the Guru actually began what was really essentially a research center, asking his disciples to bring from India all of the different purba or ritual dagger practices, of which there were many at the time. And it was here that he synthesized these practices, drawing out the quintessential, most important aspects and reconfiguring it into the practice that would become his own, Vajrakilaya. And it was through this practice, here in this place, with Belmo Shakyadevi working with him together and his disciples, that they finally consecrated the Vajrakilaya practice that he would one day bring to Tibet to tame demons and to reset the algorithms and spread Buddhism not only to Tibet, but to the rest of the world. Here in Pharping is the most important Vajrayogini temple in the entire Kathmandu Valley, and it's located between the Asura cave above, which is where Guru Padmasambhava, the lotus-born master, tamed the demons or placated the Nagas using the Vajrakilaya practice, and below the cave of Yangle Sho, where he, together with his consort Belmo Shakyadevi, achieved full enlightenment. And here, a very special thing was happening. In this area here, he was actually establishing a research center, you could say, of the day, in which he was bringing together all of the different purba or ritual dagger practices from across India and the Himalaya region. He had sent his own disciples to India, which is in this direction, and they brought back the many different scripts and practices. And here what he did was he drew out the quintessential, most important aspects, synthesized it into his own practice that would become Vajrakilaya, or the purba practice that we know, that he would one day bring to Tibet to tame demons, and would be actually his most important idam that would be used to achieve full enlightenment here at the cave of Yangle Sho. And she was here actually first, because this was a very, very powerful Shakti center of the divine feminine energy. And you can even see on the Vishnu temple here, there's several different Shakti or Dakini images, and below them is the Kama Mudra position. So actually it's about harmonizing the Yam and the Yap, or the Yin and the Yang, actually harmonizing them to be not in the dualistic state, but to break through all dualities, to be into one singularity that allows us to log on to the unified quantum field. And that's what they were doing right here, and why he was able to become the second Buddha, Guru Shakya Senge, the Lion Buddha. This is the temple to Vishnu here in Pharping, and this is a Shakti temple which is dedicated to the energy fields of the feminine divine. And here you can see above many images of the Dakini, and below the Dakini we have the tantric Kama Mudra practices that bring one to be in the emptiness field. That is the entire Dakini or Shakti field, which in itself is quintessential emptiness. So now I'm here in the Yangle Sho cave. This is the actual enlightenment cave of Guru Padmasambhava, actually outside the sciences, re-enlightenment, because he was born enlightened, but this is where he had full re-enlightenment and became the second Buddha, Shakya Senge. And here he, with his consort, the Dakini, Belmo Shakyadevi, they practiced the Vajrakilaya or Purba practice, which he perfected here in the Pharping area. And most important, we have to ask, why did he come here with Belmo Shakyadevi, who was a very wild yogini? Because if you look at the Vajrakilaya idam, it is very powerful. It is very wild. It is very strong. And through this, he practiced this. He was able to change all kinds of algorithms and reset the algorithms of karma to put them on the right path. But it's not about anger. When you see those wrathful faces, actually it's from a deep compassion that is intentionally want to change everything for the better. This is where Guru Rinpoche placed his purba, right here, when he was practicing the Vajrakilaya to tame the Nagas or to change the energy field. I'm so glad to be back here at Yangle Sho Cave. This is the Enlightenment Cave of Guru Padmasambhava, the Lotus-born master, where he became the second Buddha, Guru Shakyadevi, Lion Buddha, because he was going to transform situations from negative to positive. And this is also where he perfected the Vajrakilaya practice with his Dakini Shakyadevi. And it's said that right here in this spot, this is where he laid the different purbas to be able to tame the Nagas. And at this site, these purbas were here as he changed the energy field and reset the algorithm of karma. We can see various aspects of the Hindu faith within our aspects of Tibetan Buddhism. Of course, here just outside the Yangle Sho Cave, we have a statue of Garuda, who is half human, half bird. And of course, Guru Rinpoche anointed Garuda to be one of the very important protectors of the Nyima, or old school of Tibetan Buddhism. And of course, we also have a statue here of Hanuman, the monkey god, the monkey king. And of course, Guru Padmasambhava was born in the year of the monkey. But what does Hanuman stand for? Of course, throughout the story of Hanuman's legends, he actually deconstructs everything. He is able to crash through illusions and break through our own constructs of what we think we believe in. And in many ways, that's a very important aspect of the Dzogchen teachings of Guru Rinpoche, to break apart the rational mind, to be able to open up the cognizant mind, and through piercing through all the illusions of our social unreality, being able to log on to the universal hologram and be one with it.